little bit later than usual. I think we're on about 20 past 9 at the moment. Now, I'm going to use the excuse that I've been missing a bit of Shut That Door. So I thought I'd leave it a little bit later and let the light fade away. And then we can have a bit of the old wee. Because I know people love to Shut That Door and it should go on a T-shirt, but never you mind. Well, the truth of the matter is I've had admin stuff and drivers to sort out and various other things of that nature, and and I'm back out on the road early doors. But there you go. Hello, Stink Pooty, you found me. Seth 78, Bob Hollyoak, Julie Keys, good to see you, and hope you're all okay. I've literally just popped out for 20-minute, half-hour chat with you all this evening. I wanted to do the full kind of 40 minutes-ish thing, but I've got to get back to bed a little bit earlier. Oh, and I tell you what, I think I'm being watched right now. You see, there's a house on the corner across from me right now, and I know I've got some fans of mine sitting in that house, and I think a little fan is sitting on the window step right now looking at me. So we'll see if there's any reaction to that. Hello, Uncle Gary, Lorna Mackenzie, good to see you. It's been another day of it today. You can probably tell because of the bags under my eyes. I had to cover an emergency job in the middle of the night, and I ended up, I think 2 o'clock in the morning I left home and got home about 12, and then I had to go and see a friend of mine. So sleep is something I'm suffering from a little bit of a lack of, but I've got to deal with that kind of soon. Because I'm back out on the road early. I've got to nip up to the airport again and get someone from there. Hello, Bridget. Good to see you. Listen, folks, those of you in the chat, there's a small number of you already. Let's get those thumbs up and running and get it up. That's fine. Hello, Philip. Good to see you. You're in Kaidi Nicky Newland on holiday. I haven't said it like that for a long time. What part of Scotland are you in, Philip? And is it all right up there? And I hope you've not seen that McCranky woman. Hello, Handy Andy. Good to see you. Patricia Short as well. Tina. Yes, you caught me. You did catch me. Hello, Bon Scott. Good to see you as well. Well, I did that video for Bill Cannon earlier on because I was aware that he had hip replacement surgery, yesterday. And so I'm led to believe it went well. And I remember I've always done something every time somebody's had something somewhere, said, yeah, I wish you well. And I love Bill. I think he's brilliant. So I thought I'd do that for him. Bill the Bionic Cop. Sexy Bastard, thank you very much for the £2 super sticker. Very much appreciated. And thank you for the support there. Lorna Mackenzie. I saw McCranky woman in the royal box at the Jubilee. Yes, she was sitting there with her husband, wasn't she? I don't know what's royal about her. Royal Scott, royal short person, royal cranky. Definitely royal something, but quite what you were expecting, I don't know. Hello, Bloodnose. Good to see you. And Jan Kelly, evening to you. Yes, we've been talking a lot about the cost of living and everything today. Particularly with my drivers and my crew, it's a bit of a bugger. Bloodnose, you've been a channel member for 3 months. This has come up and said, so thank you very much for your ongoing support. I appreciate that. Sharon Shooter, hello, and Lorna Mackenzie, real pain in the arse. Yes, I think you might be right there. Yeah, I'm driving this minibus, and I went to the airport today, actually, and I'm fed up of putting £50 of juice in and only seeing 25 litres for my trouble. So I thought to myself, well, I think things need to change now, really, don't they? And if I'm feeling the pinch in this minibus, I think everybody else is probably feeling the pinch too in what they're doing. And I had a long conversation with somebody who'd had a long conversation with their accountant and broke everything down. And it's quite frightening when you break down tyres, wear and tear, and all this sort of thing. It really is, and particularly with the bigger vehicles as well, you start losing a lot of your profit. So it's not good. Oh, I have to make a big shout out to Mrs. Gabby Cabby, because she's been very handy with the administration. She's taken it all on. Let's have a bit of that. Shut that door, shall we? Because it's getting a bit dark in here. I knew I left it late for a reason. Oh, there we go. Shut that door. I bet you've missed that, haven't you? Right, let's have a look, see who else we've got. Alan Pape just found me. I'm a little bit later than usual. Alan, literally, I got held up with work, so I was a little bit delayed coming out here. Pippa Neal thought Cranky didn't like the intro. I thought that as well. Or that's how she appeared to be. Bridget, Ginger, probably Harry's real mother. Yes, yeah, she wouldn't think of it like that. Oh, pain in the arse. I love that, Lorne Mackenzie. That's absolutely marvellous. I get my free bus pass the end of this year, and I'll just be using my car for emergency use. Yeah, I do wonder if people are going to be pushed down that route. You know, I had a conversation with somebody the other day about it, and it did make you kind of wonder, really. What else we got? Try some cucumbers under your eye bag, sexy bastard says. Well, yeah. I heard tea bags work as well. I'm not sure about those. Who votes for Sturgeon? Is it the same ones as votes for Biden? Yeah, they're probably asleep or non-existent or something. That's probably the truth of it. Speaking of votes, you saw what happened in Parliament, didn't you, with old Boris surviving just about. I mean, the truth of it is, I think he was holding on by a thin whisper, and they're trying to mention that in the press that he actually got less support than Theresa May when it happened to her. And all right, but one thing I found very satisfying about that whole affair, the lefties were absolutely foaming at the mouth when he survived the chop. I thought that was wonderful. I mean, straight away, I have friends of mine on social media that are lefty, unfortunately. I won't take that away from them, but they were all getting obscene and offensive and all sorts of things. How dare he survive? But apparently the Lib Dems and various others, whoever they are going to try and stitch him up again in a few months' time. So we'll have to see what happens there and see if they get away with it. But, you know, what's to do it. Are you Aquarius star sign? Sexy bastard says. No, I'm Cancer. I was born in July, early July. Well, he seems like Aquarius, doesn't he? Do you think he bribed his voters to annoy lefties? Yeah, that'd be nice. I always remember with Boris where he was out campaigning once, and there's a video of it on YouTube. And he was walking down the street and he got had to go at, and he turned around and he went, lefty tosser. And that's always made me laugh. He just says it how he thought it. Hello, Robert McNair. Good to see you. Yeah, same as Jack. Jack's in July. He's born at the end of it, the 31st. And I'm on, the 9th of July. So I'll be 44 years of age in, well, a month and 2 days. So I'll be getting a bit drunk on that day, but I've got a Southampton to do as well. So yes, it could be a bit choice. Who else have we got? Yes, you're all coming in now, all the regulars, which is nice. I can see you all there. Did you get the WhatsApp I sent you? Made me smile. Yeah, I did, Uncle. I've just not played it yet. I'll have a quick look when I go indoors. It's just a YouTube video, wasn't it? And I'll have a look at that and see what it's about. STI, no comment. I was going to say something else. David L, I'm 52. Shh, don't give your age away. Sexy bastard, still a youngster. Yeah. I get analytics in the background with YouTube, which tell me how old people are and where they are roughly and all that sort of thing. And it interests me, the age demographic, where the men and women are watching and what percentage. And kind of gives you the idea of what appeals and what doesn't, basically. And I just try and cut it straight down the middle the best I can, I suppose. Uh, John Kent, you've sneaked in here. Where are you? I've seen somebody saying hello, but I can't see you. Oh, there you are. Yes, it's all come round in a different order. This is the daily chat with Andy the Gabby Cabby, everybody. Just a, truncated version, really, just for last thing at night, just to come in and say hello to everybody. If you haven't done so already, can I ask you that you give the thumbs up on the chat? Just get the algorithm tickling us a little bit more, and we get noticed that way. If you haven't as well, please subscribe to Andy the Gabby Cabby, completely free to do as well. I'll tell you what, this night is amazing, isn't it? I mean, we're 9:30 at night nearly. That's UK time, by the way, unless I've got any people in the States. And have a look at this. Let's turn the camera around. Yeah, that's the view down my road right now. And it's still relatively daylight, and it's literally just starting to lose the light now. And as I say, we're 9:30, so we're certainly getting the nights kind of not coming along as quick as they do usually. And when I go out early doors, it is getting light a lot quicker as well. So it's weird, old thing with the sky. Absolutely. Who else we got here? They won't give me a smart meter as I'm only of average IQ. Bridget, Andy, don't you love it when lefties are triggered? I've done it a few times today. Oh, it's wonderful. I remember having a conversation with a lefty about Brexit once, and where they couldn't get me to bend to their way of thinking, they started getting abusive and then accused me of the same. I thought, yes, okay, never speak to a lefty. How many lives does Boris the cat have left now? Probably more than your average cat. Oh Lord, how old am I then? How do we stop that information getting sent to everyone? It doesn't say like Woodstock is Robert McNair is. It just gives me an overall demographic. That's all. It doesn't tell me anybody's ages whatsoever specifically. It just gives me an overall demographic and kind of helps me know, what kind of stories and stuff you want pitching at you, really. Tina, I never knew that, Andy. Kind of strange how YouTube lets you see our age, etc. I find that very strange. It's not specific, Tina. It's an age. It's like pie charts. I'll have to try and show you one time, but it will say like 0 to 18-year-old, and it will give me a percentage of viewers, and then it will say 18 to 30 and a percentage of viewers, and it breaks it down like that. And when you get to the 50 pluses, then that's where the majority of people are. 40 plus, it's a bit more. 50 plus, it's even more still. And it gives me a rough area in in the world where you are, so I know whether I've got more of an American audience or more of a British audience. And obviously and also when's the best time to come on and do things, because it tells me when the best time is when people are watching a lot as well. Replace Boris with Lord Frost, Robert McNair said. Was that you that said that the other day as well? That rings a bell, that does. Darkish at 11, sunrise at 3. You're not far off there, Bon Scott. That's what I saw early doors. It's about time we had a light evening. It shows a demographic, not anything that can be traced to an end user. That's right, says 78. That's all it is, a demographic. Sharon Shooter is 21. I've been 21 for the last 20 years. Yeah, only kidding. But, well, at the end of the day as well, you can put whatever age you like in these things as well. So you could all be 25 for all I know, and I wouldn't know any different, although I know that's not necessarily true. In the 1500s, Boris would have been the court jester, Paul Hoskins says. Yeah, there's a lovely photo of him doing the rounds on Google where somebody's dressed him up as a clown, and he does look the part. Gary Reynolds, I'm 59. Yeah, you're never are. I thought you were old, but not that old. Well, not as old as my mum, actually. Says 78 is younger than me. Oh, my God. I've got somebody younger than me. Did anyone see that lady, R.I.P. Trudeau? Oh, Rick Trudeau and you. No, I didn't. I thought you meant rest in peace then, Billy, but I'll have to check that out. Hello, Julie Baldwin. Good to see you. And as I said, late night chat here with the Gabby Cabby person. My birthday tomorrow, going for an MRI scan for my back. Hope all okay. Good luck to you, honesty and truth. Let us know how you get on with that. Tad's 21 again. Farage's foreign minister. Andy, I'm 52, but I've got a mental age of 5. Somebody I know had a friend who was older, and they lived like a 25-year-old for years, and partied and pissed it up the wall, and then suddenly stopped, kind of found adulthood in the end. But there you go. Where else have we got? Replace Boris with David Davis and a whole new cabinet. Yeah, he can talk some sense, he can sometimes. Let's not forget Rick Mail. I stand correct, but I'm sure he died this day 7 years ago. 7 years! Wow. So I remember that like it was yesterday. And you remember a lot of these things like it was yesterday. I mean, I went to the hospice today. I don't want to go into too much detail because it's not fair, but let's say a very good friend of mine has very good reason to be in there right now, in very, very sad situation. And you come out of there and you start remembering all the things that you did and all the conversations you had, and sometimes all the regrets and all the positives too. And you start to realise how fast time goes. Do you know what I mean? And before you know it, it's gone in a blink, and you have to make sure that you do everything you set out to do in life. That's very important. Otherwise, you could have a lot of regrets when it comes your time. I think that's what I learned today, and that's what I'm going to try and do. But yeah, very, very awful situation down there. Yeah, Gary's lying about his age now. Well, I happen to know how old you were because when you were, well, probably 21, I've got pictures of you with very 1970s like looking hairstyle. 73 watching, only 48 thumbs up. Well, we're up to 52 now, but we could do a few more. Oh my God, Julie Baldwin, you are 8 years younger than my mother. That's a scary thought. But anyway, shut that door. What else we got? John Harris. Hello, Rafi. Good to see you. I saw your email, Rafi, earlier. Your message. I will sort you out before I turn in for the evening. Don't you worry about that. I nearly cheered at the Trudeau statement. I love it when they get slapped about. I mean, you've got Jeremy Hunt, who obviously has ambitions over Boris's job, and had his nose aptly put out of joint by Nadine Dorris, didn't he? I think if you go over to Maya Tusi's channel, he's got a little something on there about that, and it was hilarious. She tore him a new arsehole, and I loved every single inch of it. But let's go through again, see who we've got. Paul Hoskin, I'm old enough to remember no air travel. Oh my God. Well, so am I in 2020. Hi, Jodie Pitt, good to see you. Woodstock, I know, I'm not sure if this is legal, what YouTube are doing. Thank you. Birthday tomorrow and scan next week. Back is getting worse, but hey ho, I can still walk, so no complaints. Roaming nomad, the older you get, the faster the years pass. That is so true. I've become very much more aware of that lately. Very much more. John Harris is 97, or is that 79 the other way around? You let me know. John Gray, thumbs up. Hey, Rafi. IBBCD. Victoria, Derbyshire. Oh my God, don't start me on her. Did you see that crappy bit of footage with her? Uh, is that Jeremy Hunt, middle initial C? Yes, the same one that got Knob of the Week off the NHS. I think that was the one. Listen, everybody, this is the daily chat with Andy, the Gabby Cabby. We've got, well, nearly 90 people in the chat, 62 thumbs up. So if I can ask you, please give me a thumbs up on the chat. Let's get that up even higher, try and get parity between that and the number of people watching. I would appreciate it. And if you haven't done so, please subscribe to Andy, the Gabby Cabby as well. I want to start putting some more member content out. I might do a video at some point tomorrow just for members, and let me know what you think, whether we do like a members only live stream or something like that. I'll see what I can do, but we need to put a bit more value into that, definitely, because you're supporting me, and you know, I need to give something back. Boston Bobby, hello. No air travel here in the USA after the 9/11 attacks. Yeah, they literally grounded everything, didn't they? And very quickly, I remember that. I think they were worried about what the hell was going on or where the next one was coming from. That's an awful day that sticks in a lot of people's memories for different reasons. I mean, on 9/11, I had no idea what was going on at all until later in the day, because at the time it happened, I was at work and we had no access to television, radio, anything. And it was only when I got in and started my car and the radio came on, that's where I knew what was going on. And it was awful catching up on that day. Not repeating yourself, Andy. I have that trouble sometimes. Still sane, at least I'm not repeating myself again. Sexy bastard. Boris Johnson's ex-girlfriend was Aunt Sally. Yes, I've seen a lovely picture of them somewhere. I always watch Disney. I've been watching all the Star Wars stuff on Disney, I have to admit. I've got the subscription, and I can find all of my Star Wars fix in one place. I first saw that at age 13, my brother had a pirate Betamax copy. Wow. When my mum and dad split, one of the outings I used to have, my dad used to take me to the video shop and we used to get a video to watch at home together. And I always remember VHS and Betamax, and I always used to pick up the wrong ones. Tina, I agree, Andy is genuine. Was good of him to tell us. I always am genuine. I don't hide anything. Andy would love to see a video on how to do that. We're all here for a chat. We didn't sign up to be tracked. See a video on how to do that. We're all here for a chat. We didn't sign up to be tracked. Oh my God, I've started something now. I'll have to show you the charts, Tina, in the background, like a guided tour of YouTube studios, so you can see it's not actually telling me anything specific about a specific person that subscribed to the channel. It's just an overview, that's it. I mean, I can't tell where you live, or, you know, your house number, your inside leg measurement, or anything like that. It's you know, it's literally just an overview. It gives me an idea. I was a cult film, great one to learn the facts of life with. Who still funds the BBC? Nothing on there to watch. No, there isn't. It's repeats and shite, isn't it? It really is now. Boston Bobby, the next day here in Boston after the attacks, saw F-15 jets fly over the city, one towards the North Shore, up past Gloucester, and southbound towards the Cape. I've seen F-15s fly over my house before, Boston Bobby. I think it's Lake and Heath or something like that, further up north from me. But they actually come down my way sometimes on exercise. Very, very rarely, but I have seen them fly over here. And I remember when all the paranoia was getting racked up about what was going on with Russia. I was sitting there talking to my wife one day, and then all of a sudden we heard, I could tell immediately they were fighter jets, and we looked at each other and thought, oh my God, but it was just completely unrelated. But makes you think. Uh, my dad sold our telly and bought a new video recorder. Well, how would he play the films, I wonder? Uh, I'll tell you one thing we've got as well. We've got one of those old cinefilm projectors. I mean, my uncle will remember this because he played with it. It's a big telly set like that, and it came with a recorder like that, little cinefilm tapes, and you can make your own home movies, and then put them in this video player to play. I mean, my uncle made some earlier ones of him. I think one of my family relatives disappearing, and then there was my grandmother dancing down the length of a washing line and various other things. I think we've still got that indoors somewhere. Now that really is old stuff. Keir Cormer has admitted to LBC he will take us back into the EU if he ever gets into number 10. We knew that, Julie. We knew that all along. He never wanted us to be out of the EU. He told us it would be once in a lifetime vote and all the other bullshit that we get. But he just, not impressed. I think we know the score with him, don't we? Nothing but brainwashing and repeats on BBC. Absolutely. Gary Reynolds, it was mine. Yeah, I thought it was because a lot of the footage on there. But I think last time I saw it, it was in Mum's garage. And I remember using it when I was a kid and watching the old stuff. I still got a 1956 railway book with all the train numbers. Wow. Jerry, hello to you. Good to see you. I've got one of those. It was my granddad's. Yeah. I mean, my uncle was always into film and photography and all that sort of thing. They used to have a caravan out the front of my nan and granddad's house, and at one point he was in he was in that doing film developing and stuff. He's always had those habits. Andy, love this show and chat. We've got to make tea for the missus. Take care. You too, David L. Good to see you, and see you next time. Back in 1968, I was on a geology field trip to Wales when Concorde began flight tested, spending a penny in a field of sheep. Concorde broke wind, all the sheep jump out their woolly jackets. Oh, I can imagine. Hi from the UK. I'm fine, thanks. Hope you're well. That's to Jerry. Robbie, I affectionately called Starmer the nodding dog. Yes, I affectionately called him something else, and unfortunately I can't repeat it on here. Pippa Neal, what's your thoughts on the Bolton cinema having to close because of Muslim protesters saying the thing they're showing is blasphemous? Well, I have a very simple thought on that. What if it was a load of Muslims in the cinema and we turned up waving placards? You can't have it both ways. And also, we're apparently a multicultural society. If I want to go and watch a film that's considered blasphemous, I'm going to fucking sit there and watch it. How dare you dictate to me what I can and can't watch? I think it's absolutely disgraceful, and that, like any other protest, needs dispersing quickly. But unfortunately, with the way this place is at the moment, with the not easily offended, I don't want to offend you brigade, they'd have got away if it's got free, and it's wrong. It's very, very wrong. At what stage will MSN collapse fully? We're getting more on YouTube now. Love content from real people. It'll happen eventually. I mean, you look at Morgan with his viewing figures. They're just going, get. I mean, the lights of Belfield are taking great glee at rubbing salt in that wound. But it's very telling. And I think Anna Breeze calls it new media. The idea of doing things with a phone and getting out there in the real world. Tad, I love your suggestion for Prime Minister, but there's more chance of me winning the lottery. I think we both know that. Bob Davey, still no summer, Andy. You wouldn't believe it's June. Chemtrails, daily spraying. Yeah, I'll tell you what, Bob, I was up near Heathrow the other day. You happened to mention that, and I saw loads of them, crisscrossed like this, and I've never seen so many in all my life. I thought, what the hell is going on? Uh, I remember Concorde. I went on the prototype Concorde. I think at RAF Duxford they've got it there. And they've got a Comet as well up there. I've not been there for a long time. I've got to make a trip up there, I think. Yes. Right, folks. We're at the half an hour mark. What I'd like you all to do is hit the thumbs up button if you can. Let's get a few more thumbs up in the chat. We've got 100 watching now, which is wonderful. Or we did have 100 until I mentioned it. It's always funny when I say how many are watching something. It dips down a little bit, but never you mind about that. It's just connections and stuff like that. Tonight I am on the road again. I'm off up to Gatwick. I've got 8 people to bring home. They're probably going to be very tired, and I hope their flight's not delayed, because there's been a lot of stuff like that going on at the moment, and I've got a couple of jobs during the day as well. My son comes back from Zante on Friday, and we hope that we can get him home safe and sound as well. Again, hope he's not subjected to any flight delays. It's Ryanair, so your guess is as good as mine. We'll have to see what happens. And yeah, and then I'm off to Gatwick and Heathrow during the day. There won't be a live tomorrow because I go to karate with my boy on Thursday, and by the time we get back from that, it's just far too late to really do anything viably. But I'll try and get some content out for you tomorrow, and possibly a members video as well. So as I said, folks, hit the thumbs up button if you can before you go. Hit the subscribe button. Make sure you subscribe to All Things Andy the Gabby Cabby. I so very much appreciate all your support and all your comments and feedback and everything else, good and bad. Even the ones that tell me I'm a scruffy git and need a shave, which happens quite regularly, and you're damn right I do. Thank you to all the channel members that sign up and pay their little £1 a month fee to keep me in Coca-Cola. I very much appreciate you too. We'll try and get a bit more value there. And don't worry about the thing I said about demographics. I'll have to try and do something at some point just to show you what I mean. But he doesn't really tell me much of anything at all, if you're worried about that side of things. So, right, I'm off. Got a little bit of work to do now. Now I'm going to go to bed and then hit the road again. So until next time, toodaloo.